Good afternoon and welcome to Easter Road for this afternoon's BBC Scotland live stream of a fascinating fixture in the SWPL as Hibernian host Hearts in the Edinburgh Derby with the Capital Cup at stake. But more importantly right now, 3 points as this pair vie for fourth spot. Hibs' form has really picked up since a heavy defeat at Ibrox, but Grant Scott makes 4 changes from the emphatic cup victory over Dundee United, with hat-trick hero Ailey Adams having to settle for a place on the bench. Katie Frayne returns in goal, with Lauren Doran-Barr, Shannon Leishman and Rosie Livingston also in. Wilson, Hunter and Bowie are the others dropping to the bench. Hearts have had a couple of weeks since an excellent draw with Glasgow City, the first time they've taken points from the champions. Ava Olid makes just 1 change from that game as the experienced former Highby Emma Brownlee replaces Jenna Penman at right back. Well, these sides could not be better matched in terms of their league position. Identical records of 6 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats, with Hearts just edging it at the moment on goal difference. Alongside me for this one is Hibernian's Rachel Boyle, who has promised to be neutral. And from that perspective, Rachel, how do you think this one's going to go?
Yeah, I think we're expecting another close game. I think many times before we've seen this fixture and it's always been 1 goal in it, so I'm expecting nothing different today. I think both teams will be right up for it, and Hearts will know that they'll want to put things right after the defeat at Tynecastle earlier in the season.
What difference does it make to the players to be able to play on this kind of stage at Easter Road this afternoon?
It's huge for them. I think nerves will be kicking in, but the excitement is there, and to have their families and their friends all able to come and watch and to play on a surface as good as this, that's what you want as a player. And I think the build up all week is just excitement really to get going.
Well, we await the arrival of the players, the substitutes just coming out of the Easter Road tunnel right now. There are a good few thousand inside Easter Road for this one, as the SWPL takes centre stage this afternoon. The rest of the fixtures for the weekend are on tomorrow, but it's the Edinburgh Derby this afternoon in the capital. And as Rachel says, Hibs keen to hold on to the Capital Cup, and Hearts equally keen to wrestle it from them. There will be no penalty shootout in the event of a draw this afternoon, as there has been in the past. Essentially, Hibs will hold on to the trophy with a win or a draw. Hearts have to win it to get that trophy back, as the tension mounts in Leith as we await the arrival of both sets of players. Well, it's certainly a keen sense of anticipation at Easter Road, and at last out come the teams led by the match officials. This afternoon's referee, is Greg Suter, assisted by Will Pear and Sean Duff. And then out come the teams, the green and white and the maroon, applauded out by the fans around Easter Road. The away support off to our right, and as Richard says, lots of families of the players as well as supporters generally in and around Easter Road this afternoon for the second Edinburgh derby of the campaign. It was a narrow victory at Tynecastle for Hibernian last time out. An own goal from Charlotte Parker-Smith, the Hearts keeper, the deciding factor. Abby Ferguson of Hibernian heavily involved as she hammered the ball across goal and off the luckless Parker-Smith. It was an even game, well contested on a soaking wet day at Tynecastle. Pleased to say that although it has been pretty damp today as well, doesn't look too bad out there right now. A very still day as well, and as Rachel pointed out, the surface at Easter Road, despite being in the depths of autumn, has held up well against the rain that we've had over the last few weeks. And so the scene is set for a marvellous occasion at Easter Road. Both sets of players have been talking in the week about the excitement about again playing on the big stage. They sit 5th and 6th respectively in the league just now, with Partick Thistle having leapfrogged both of them with a win on Thursday night against Aberdeen. So a victory for either would take them back above Thistle. Can they be separated this afternoon? That is the question. So well matched over the course of the season so far. And the two captains having their pictures taken with the mascots and referee. And we are just about good to go at Easter Road. Leah Eddy, the Hibs captain, trotting back as both sides go into the respective huddles. Some final words of encouragement from the captains. Both sides close to full strength for this encounter. And it will be Hibs and Jorian Bocom who will get us underway. Well, Hibs are the holders of the Capital Cup as things stand after that narrow and hard-fought victory at Tynecastle in September. Let's see if they can hold on to the cup and the bragging rights, or whether Hearts can gain revenge for that defeat and move 3 points above their city rivals. They're quickly on the front foot here and into the Hibs penalty area, and it takes a good challenge by Eddie to knock it behind for a corner. Impressive start there, Rachel, from the visitors.
Yeah, it's a great run beyond from Katie Lockwood. I think Danny McGinley does really well to get the nick on, and Hibs are scrambling, but Leah Eddy's done really well there to get back and put it out for a corner.
So an early opportunity for Ciara Grant, the Hearts captain, to try and put some more pressure on that Hibs back line. The opening goal could be all important. And whistle is gone as it does end up in the back of the net, but the referee's seen an infringement in there. Otherwise Hearts could have had a first minute opener.
Yeah, I think he's blew really early, so he's obviously seen something. I don't think our cameras have quite picked it up, and I think it was maybe Danny Findlay there, maybe getting a shirt pull or something, but he certainly blew his whistle really early there.
Yeah, before Carly Girasoli got her head on the end of it, who's to say whether the Hibs defence would have dealt with that had the whistle not gone, but certainly an early sign of intent from Hearts, who from our terrific vantage point high up in the main stand at Easter Road are lining up in a 4-1-4-1 as it's knocked out of play by Brownlee. Hibs looking to respond early after that initial Hearts attack. I read in the week that Grant Scott was talking about clearly it's an important game to win, but it's not the be all and end all. If you were to lose a derby, it's not the type of thing you often hear from a manager coming into a derby.
No, it's not the typical thing that you would say in the media, isn't it? You want to be seen to be positive and want to make sure you win every game, and I think behind closed doors that's exactly his mentality. He's maybe trying to take the pressure off the players a little bit there, but certainly as a group know that 3 points are here today if they want it. But likewise Hearts will be saying the exact same thing. So as I say, it's fine margins between these two teams, and I've said it all week in the build up to this game, it's about who turns up on the day.
Certainly lots of space out there on that huge Easter Road surface for the players to be able to express themselves. That's good closing down. An opportunity here potentially for Finlay. She'll latch onto that one again. First time ball, she might have been better off taking a touch there, and that's comfortably cleared, but Poppy Lawson getting away with the early loss of possession. Hibs have picked up on the loose ball once more. Just felt like Danny Finlay had more time than perhaps she was aware there, Rachel. Yeah,
it's warning signs for the Hibs backline. They can't be seen to be getting caught on the ball, because Danny Finlay, she's one of these workhorses up the front, and she'll chase every lost cause and turn it into something positive, so they need to be aware of that. As you say, she probably had more time than she realised, but that'll settle into the game as the game wears on.
There's one over the top. That should be comfortably Charlotte Parker-Smith's ball. She was named in the SWPL Team of the Week for the save she produced in that goalless draw against Glasgow City. And no doubt she'll be called upon over the course of this afternoon as Esther Morgan just lets the ball drift out of play. Hibs looking to just try and feel their way into the game. They have been, as I mentioned, in terrific form since the 7-0 defeat at Ibrox. In their 3 games since then, they've scored 23 and conceded just 1, and they've a chance to try and threaten Hearts here with a set piece.
Yeah, she's done really well there to get the foul off Akira Grant, hasn't she? It was really tight margins on the touchline there, and to wriggle away and win her team a foul in a dangerous position. It's an opportunity for Hibs to get the ball in the box.
Sure is. Here comes the free kick. It's taken down the line, and it's gone out for a Hearts throw, and that's deeply disappointing from a Hibs perspective when you put your defenders up and the free kick comes to nothing.
Yeah, I think they've been given the freedom to try things, but certainly in this early stages of the game you just want to be putting the ball in the box and put the opponent under pressure, and they've failed to do so.
Here's Lockwood. A few boos for the former Hibs player. There's a few of them in the Hearts lineup. Good to see that the rivalry exists in the women's game just as it does in the men's game. Maybe slightly less vociferous. That's going to drift behind for a goal kick. Hearts, just in the first few minutes, seem to have settled the quicker of the two sides, Rachel.
Yeah, I think in these sort of fixtures, the pressure does always seem to be on the home side in front of their own fans. You want to try and get off to a positive start, and as the away team, you want to come in and quieten the crowd down as quickly as possible. And I think Hearts have made a very positive start. They're putting Hibs under pressure, and it's about switching on and making sure they control that. But certainly from a Hearts point of view, they'll be pretty positive with how they've started the game.
Freen with a long clearance. There's Livingston driving down Hibs left. Short of support just at the moment. And it's good composure. And she goes back to McGregor, whose ball into the penalty area isn't up to scratch, and easy for Parker Smith to gather. Hearts finished above Hibs for the very first time in the league last season, which I'm sure is something that all at Easter Road are determined to rectify this campaign. That might come all the way through for Lockwood. Eddie trying to stick with her. It's another good challenge from Leah Eddy, who already has been busy at the back to keep out Katie Lockwood.
Yeah, it's a great ball, isn't it? I think Danny Finlay once again involved. She just draws Poppy Lawson in, and the ball drifts over her head, and Leah Eddy, as you say, she's sharp to the danger and manages to get back and recover. But certainly Hearts are moving the ball well and trying to find the spaces.
And we have an opportunity here from the corner kick. Had the ball in the net from the previous one, albeit it was chopped off for an infringement. What can they do here? Girasoli looking interested. It's a good punch from Frayne. Dealt with the danger well. Lockwood just sees it out for the throw-in.
That's exactly what you want to see from your goalkeeper. Commanding the area, the 6-yard box is fully hers, and she gets a good strong punch and clears the danger and allows the team to regroup.
Straight out of play from Timms. Kira Grant trying to find the ball forward for Finlay, but just took a nick, and it finds its way all the way through to Katie Frayne, who had a pretty miserable time of it at Ibrox, having to go off at half time, injured, and having been at fault for a couple of goals. And it wasn't a good afternoon for Hibs, all told. McGregor's done well to win that from Grant in the middle of the park. Loose touch though allows Brownlee to step in. Here's Eddie, just tries to clip that over Brownlee. She's managed to do so. And it's out for a throw-in right down at the corner flag. Looks like something that Hibs are trying to do, just find that space in behind Brownlee, though. Looks like an area they've identified.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to drop the ball in behind and allow their wide players to get beyond. So far it hasn't quite came off for them, but it's not a bad idea to put the ball in the corner and try and win it back off the throw-in.
Brownlee was waiting on that, and she gets the break of the ball and the decision, but Rosie Livingston wasn't hanging about there. And Brownlee's given it away. Bochum with time to get turned, looking for options. She goes to Leishman, and now Eddie manages to find the ball for Lawson. Comfortable for Brownlee there. Steps away from Livingston. Yeah, I think the free kick's been given for the prior infringement. Rosie Livingston looks up for this though.
Yeah, Emma Brownlee does really well there just to step away with the ball, and Rosie, you expect that from her. She's going to be at her all day. If she gets by her once, she'll certainly never give it up, and you can see the referee's done the right decision and pulled it back for the free kick. I would like to see Hibs play a little bit shorter. I think a few times now they've played the big diagonals and they've been getting intercepted, so it would be good to see them try and play a little bit shorter and a little bit closer together and get a feel for the ball.
It's into the feet of Livingston. Clips it round the corner. It's a good ball. Back though goes Lockwood and draws the free kick. Hearts get it moving quickly. Adam O'Loughlin gets the pass off. Grant and Waldy forward down the left hand side. Not a bad ball. Hearts looking to get bodies into the box. Hibs have won it back though and can try and counter here. Here's Livingston. Back comes Brownlee with her. Good foot in from Brownlee. Hibs still have it though. Eddie looking for options as well. Clips that forward for Leishman. No way through for Hibs. And what looked like it might have been a promising counter attack comes to nothing. Adam O'Loughlin, that's a neat bit of play. Morgan forward for Finlay, up against Lawson. Morgan still in support, but it's still Finlay. It's well dealt with by the Hibs defence. It's a foul by Bochum, the free kick for Hearts. Still a little bit cat and mouse at this stage. No one wants to be the first team to lose the first goal as much as they want to score it.
No, certainly not. I think I've been impressed by the Hearts left hand side so far in the early stages of this game. I think Adam O'Loughlin's been dropping into the pockets and allowing Esther Morgan to get down the outside, and it's worked well for them a couple of times. So I'm sure they'll be looking to utilise that a little bit more as the game wears on. This
looks like a good battle down the Hibs left as well between Livingston and Brownlee. And so far it's been fairly evenly matched, but looks like it's going to be a good contest as the game wears on.
Yeah, I think Rosie's a young, exciting player. Everybody knows the potential that she's got, and she's starting to live up to it now that she's in full-time training. I think it's benefited her hugely, and she's coming up against Emma Brownlee, who, as a Hibs player, we all know very well from the time that she was here, and she's obviously moved on to Ventures New and Rangers and now at Hearts, and yeah, we know the qualities that she brings, so Rosie will certainly be looking to get one over her today.
Yeah, Rosie Livingston was out for a pretty lengthy spell, as Rachel knows all about, back in August, and certainly, as you say, the introduction to full-time football makes such a difference, particularly at that young age, just 18. Rosie Livingston, full of potential.
Yeah, I think she'll probably not mind me saying that she found that time being injured quite difficult. She was obviously coming off the back of a pretty promising end to the season last time, and to then get the injury right in the start of the new season was tough for her. I spent a lot of time in the gym, and you could see that she was just itching to get back on the pitch as quickly as possible, so I'm delighted to see her back fully fit and flying.
Here's Lawson. It's another one of those balls over the top, but it's another rather aimless one. And Hibs' use of the ball, you would imagine, has to be better if they're to take the 3 points. Back in possession now, it is Livingston. Brownlee makes the challenge, which is the pass off. It's McAloney. Out now on that right flank with Ferguson. Closely watched by Morgan. She's done brilliantly, Ferguson. Lays it back and it's over the top in the end, but Hibs' best move of the game, Ferguson at the heart of it, and eventually McAloney fires it over.
It's much better play, especially from Abby Ferguson on the right hand side. You can see the tricky feet, gets away from two players and just lays it off for Mickey McAloney, who doesn't really get over it. She'll be disappointed in that shot, but certainly more promising, and you can see when things are going well, the Hibs crowd are certainly getting behind them.
Yeah, Hibs just certainly edging their way back into the game. Hearts had started the brighter, but Hibs seen more of the ball now, and that's another good ball forward. Out comes Parker Smith, and she does just enough before diving on it at the second opportunity, but quickly off her line because again Livingston was looking interested and sharp. Wavered from Grant, but no harm done as Waldy picks up. It's Girasoli. Lockwood's made the best of that. Squeezes it through for Finlay. Hearts have done well to eventually keep possession there. Looked like they'd overdone it. Eva Ollard looking to get some words of advice on. Grant Scott out there at the edge of his technical area as well. Tim's just trying to play that in for Adam Ollican, but again it's too close to the keeper. Seen a few of those from both sides now.
It's not a bad idea if you can make sure that your wide players are playing on the shoulder of the fullback. I think in the Hibs chance, I think the goalkeeper was obviously smart off her line, but Rosie could have probably been on the shoulder of Emma Brownlee a little bit more, and likewise there Adam Ollican didn't really see the pass coming and was caught on her heels. So it's right ideas, it's just about the execution and making sure that everybody's on the same page.
Lawson into McAloney. Hibs definitely seem to be growing in confidence, but that's a loose one from Eddie, and Lockwood picks up possession. Good backtracking though by Powell.
I think she just ran out of support there, didn't she? She's got her head up and she's looking, there's nobody beyond her, and yeah, she's just wasted the chance, but it's great backtracking from Naomi Powell there.
Little bit untidy that stretch of play. Hibs will have the throw in. Here's McAloney driving into the Hearts penalty. It's a good bit of play. Powell out to Ferguson onto the left foot. She didn't get a hold of the shot, having made space for it well. Hibs having their best spell of the game just in the last 5 minutes, although Ferguson's been a little bit lax there, and Hearts have it back. It's Timms waiting for support from Brownlee. Timms has to go herself, looking to take Leishman on. Brownlee's in support, can she catch that? No, it's going to be a goal kick. The assistant on this near side saying that had crossed the goal line before Brownlee got to it. There could be a problem there for...
Yeah, she just went over her ankle on the block there. It's not looking good for Rosie Livingston, but she's back up on her feet and looks like she's going to run it off, but it's certainly a sore one to take, but she's done a job for her team there.
Yeah, because Brownlee had made the overlapping run. but it is good defensive work from the winger. Just over 20 minutes played then, and still we await the first goal, which, as the old cliche goes, could be also important, especially when games between the sides have been as tight as they have in recent times. Last season there were 3 draws and 1 Hearts victory, and of course just the solitary goal deciding the match at Tynecastle earlier in the season.
Yeah, I think we can see that Hearts are a very difficult team to break down. You can see by the results already this season, and certainly with the game earlier.
Here's an opportunity though for Brownlee after the mistake from Eddie. Brownlee goes for the far post, and she's a couple of yards wide. That is by some distance the best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, she'll be wishing that one fell on her right foot. Emma Brownlee is not historically known for her left foot. I think it's slack play from Leah Eddy, doesn't deal with the ball forward, and yeah, Emma's just tried to curl it in at the back post and it's not came off for her, but it's warning signs there for Hibs.
Here's Mickey for Hearts. Into the Jamaican international Adam Olican, and out to Timms. Gets away from Leishman, across goal it comes, and there's another important block from Leah Eddy. Right place, right time.
It's great positive play from Georgia Timms there, uses her strength really well to get beyond Leishman, and looks like she's whipping in a great ball, but once again Leah Eddy there in the back line to clear the danger.
It's no fluke being in that right place, has to be said. It's excellent positional play from the defender, but it does give Kira Grant another opportunity from the corner. Back post ball comes off a Hibs head first, but Hearts have picked up the loose one. Adam Olican's shot charged down. What can Hibs do in the counter? Bochum leading it. Sliding challenge is a good one from Waldy, and that's going to stay in play.
It's a great recovery run from Lizzie Waldy there. I think you can see the Hibs players are steaming forward on the left hand side, and if Jolene could have just got her head up and get it across to them. So great recovery play there, and Hearts have had the ball back.
And Girasoli though, too much on the pass, and Hibs have it again. There's Macaloni, a couple of options out on the left, but almost dispossessed. She's got it back. Plenty of room now for Powell. Powell immediately under pressure there from Lockwood. Does well to get it back to Lawson. Hibs having to remain patient, because as Rachel says, the Hearts shape is a good one, difficult to play through, and again Hibs have coughed up possession.
I think you can see as soon as Hibs get the ball in comfortable possession, Hearts are happy to drop back into their shape and just shift across the park and wait for the slack pass or the misplaced touch, and then they're pouncing on it. So Hibs need to be patient, they need to move the ball quickly and get players moving in forward positions to break them down.
There's Leishman into Macaloni. Livingston for Powell. Ferguson, who's looked lively when she's had possession and perhaps haven't used her as often as they might, and Hearts have got it back to Finlay. Just good battling though by Macaloni, and good skill as well to take it away from the challenge. And Powell gets it out to Ferguson. Trying to take on Adam Olican, but it's easier said than done. That draw with Glasgow City last time out was Hearts' 4th game without defeat, which was also since a loss against Rangers. But within that, they've drawn with Montrose, come back to beat Spartans in injury time, as well as an emphatic win over Motherwell. So form hasn't been exactly steady as such, but certainly going 4 unbeaten will be good for confidence.
I'm interested to see how both teams play out this match. Obviously they're coming in to this week with contrasting ways of preparing for the match. Obviously Hibs had the game last weekend and Hearts had the free weekend, which I believe they used to have a bounce game. So it'll be interesting to see as the game wears on how the players cope and who looks the fresher of the two.
Girasoli plays that forward for Timms. Good foot in there though from Leishman, and Hibs just beginning to control the game a little bit more, and that's a good interchange between Powell and Bochum. Livingston just couldn't keep that. A good challenge by Brownlee. Hibs have it back again though. Powell beginning to see a lot more of the ball in that holding midfield role. I guess Grant Scott will be pleased at the way Hibs have worked their way back into the game, and arguably having slightly the better of it at the moment. Perhaps they can do just a bit more than that just now. Gardo just couldn't find a way through.
Yeah, I think they're starting to find the pockets of space, aren't they? The more movement they get in the middle of the park, I think they're starting to find the shorter passes. Early on they were going a bit more longer and in behind, and they've realised now that if they play a little bit closer together and a little bit shorter, they can cause problems for Hearts.
Leishman, and the offside flag's gone up. That looked extremely tight against Rosie Livingston. Waldy out to Morgan. Hearts looking to regain the upper hand. Feels like a game that could do with a goal, Rachel.
Yeah, we need something to liven it up, don't we? I think both teams are just cancelling each other out at the moment. Nobody really wants to put a foot wrong or take any risks, so I'm sure things will start to liven up as the game goes on, and certainly into the second half. It's forward for Lockwood. She's not going to catch it though. Finley's done well, couldn't quite find Lockwood though. Kira Grant doing really well to win that one. There's Waldy out to Adam Ollekin. Swiftly challenged though, it breaks the way of Bochum. Free kick to Hibs.
Hibs win at Tynecastle in September was their first in the fixture since March 2022. Also the last time they beat Hearts at home. 4-1 victory on that occasion. Don't imagine we're going to see 5 goals this afternoon. You never know. Slightly high challenge perhaps there from Bochum, who waves her opponent back to her feet. Mickey seems to be fine in any case. Lockwood forces it forward for Timms, who can't keep it. It's a loose ball which is picked up in the middle of the park by Morgan. And out to Brownlee. Timms. Challenged by McAloney, but she's kept the ball. Crossing opportunity. That's a good looking ball just over Adam Ollican. No, fortunately for Hibernian. Adam Ollican will pick that one up but can't find the teammate. And out of play, and the chance is gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It was great drive and play down the right hand side, and it's a good pick out at the back, and unfortunately Adam Ollican's just not really read it very well and came in too soon. But I would have liked to have seen somebody hanging out at the back and really connect with that, because it's certainly great play from Georgia Timms on the right hand side.
Hearts claim for handball, but nothing given against Sharon Leishman. Eddie trying to drive Hibs forward. And she's got her head in her hands there after that ball forward though. Glimpse of sunshine down Leithway. Rolled his ball forward, cut out by Leishman. Out to Livingston, who's been quiet just in the last few minutes. Leishman's continued her run forwards. Crosses cut out, but she'll take the corner. Oh, the referee's given a goal kick, saying it came off Leishman last. She had the opportunity to keep that in as well.
Yeah, we'll see it here. Yeah, it looks like it's just ricocheted back off her with a block, and she's obviously not realised, because she could have certainly kept that in and kept the attack going.
Good spot by Greg Suter, the referee, as Hearts come forward now with Morgan. Finlay, good challenge from Lawson, had to get that just right inside their own penalty area, but did do, and then that's going to be a free kick Hearts way for the challenge by McGregor. But Lawson did ever so well prior to that.
Yeah, I think McGregor's just over eager there. All she just needs to do is stand her ground and wait for the player to try and make the mistake. It was a difficult one for Kira Krant to try and control. But certainly Poppy Lawson does really well here. She had to get that one spot on, otherwise it would be a spot kick, and yeah, she's done well against Danny Finlay there.
Just about 10 minutes to go until the interval. Still no goals, but Hearts with a chance here to try and create something. Neither keeper's had really anything to deal with of note over the course of the game so far. Is that about to change? Fired into the Hibs penalty area. Well, it is a save for Frayne, but one you would expect her to make all day long. Hibs in the counter. McAloney though can't get the better of Lockwood. A goal for either side before half time could really be pivotal Certainly change the team talks that are being planned by the respective head coaches just now. Eddie steps away from Grant. It's good ball winning by Livingston. Could be a chance here for Hibs. Tries to poke it Ferguson's way and didn't have the accuracy there, nor has that pass. Advantage played with Hibs in possession. It's Ferguson. Touches it off to McGregor. She looks to her left. There's really no one there, but Ferguson continued her run. Under pressure, but retaining possession. Leishman steps away from Timms. Down the line it goes to Livingston. He's got a yard there on Grant. Grant does enough to semi-block the cross, and it's dealt with by Hearts.
It's better play there from Hibs. I think Abby Ferguson's causing a bit of trouble coming in on off that right hand side, and she's driving across the box and looking for someone to link with. I think it's just about finding that final pass. I think for both teams at the moment, I think we're struggling, but certainly more promising moments for Hibs there, and maybe starting to shift the momentum back into their favour.
Yeah, it's certainly a game that's ebbed and flowed, with either side having periods of relative control, but really neither has been able to properly exert any serious authority in the game, hence the goalless scoreline. Forwards for Bochum. Bailey Adams, I'm sure, will be itching on the Hibs bench to get on and try and make an impact, having scored those 3 goals in the cup win over Dundee United last weekend. Not often you find yourself on the bench after scoring a hat-trick in the previous game, but having to bide her time this afternoon. We'll certainly see her at some stage, that's virtually certain. Hearts have pinched it. And there's Lockwood. She tries her luck from distance. And Powell able to get there before Finlay. And as you kind of alluded to a moment or two ago, Rachel, it just feels like the final pass, the final decision hasn't been quite right for either side.
Yeah, it's just not there for either side. I think Hearts' most dangerous attacks are when Hibs are getting caught on the ball in their own half. So they'll need to switch on to that, but certainly from a Hearts point of view, they want to get bodies forward and they need to start picking the right passes when they get into those opportunities. I think Lockwood's got the confidence there to take the shot on, but once again, Leah Eddy in this first half has been in the right place at the right time to make a vital block. Here's McGregor for Hibernian. Out to Livingston. McAloney has made the run ahead of her. Kira Grant trying to track her. McAloney into the penalty area. Just couldn't get the purchase on the cross or the cut back to find a teammate. And Brownlee able to come forward for Hearts. Livingston no. Wins it back and then is brought crashing to the ground by Finlay. Hibs free kick. For me as a Hibs player, this is the sort of movement that I want from Hibs, to see Mickey McAloney be able to break the forward line and run beyond. That's the sort of movement that we need from the midfield 3. They're working ever so hard out of possession to try and win the ball back, but when we do, certainly need someone to support Jory and Bochum up front and get beyond her when she drops in.
He clips it forward for Livingston and then collects once more. Away by Girasoli. And Hearts can try to move up the park. It's another Hibs free kick. Doran Barr was on her toes there, and Adam Ollican just dragged her back.
Yeah, she's looked really sharp to the play there, hasn't she? Just managed to get her foot in front, dragged to the floor. So it's good positive play from Lauren there. She's very quick on her feet and very sharp.
Half time approaching. Can either side make the breakthrough before the interval? It's Hibs with a chance to try and do so now. Powell's free kick. Timms is first to it though, and Hearts will pick up, and just a little bit more composure there. Hearts could have been away down the left hand side, but the danger is certainly cleared. Brownlee's header falls to McGregor. Doran Barr tries the diagonal looking for Ferguson, but it was read by Morgan, Welsh international. Bockham's gone all the way out to that far side, but couldn't win her side a corner. It's a goal kick.
I think going into half time, both managers will be relatively pleased about how their teams have performed. The fact that they've not really gave anything away defensively, but I think, yeah, you could say both will be looking for more from their team in the second half. I think Hearts as an away team, they'll be pleased that they've managed to limit Hibs. They're certainly on the break now and see if anything can come of this.
Yeah, Miki with a bit of space. Adam Ollican picking up, and again Morgan goes on the overlap, picked out. Sends it in, out comes Frayne. Comfortable take from the goalkeeper, taking the pressure off her back line. And again, a promising looking position for Hearts. Ends in no real test for the Hibs keeper.
Yeah, I think once again Hearts are utilising that left hand side. The overlap from Esther Morgan seems to be working for them. Adam Ollican seems to be tucking in and trying to add an extra body in the centre, allowing the freedom down the line. So Hibs will certainly look at that and try and nullify that as much as possible, but Katie Frayne, as you say, took the pressure right off Hibs there.
Here's Ferguson into the final minute of the opening 45s. The late drama to come. McAloney trying an effort from outside the penalty area, but neither the accuracy nor the power here.
I think that's the second time in this half that she's tried that. I think Abby once again is always looking to cut in rather than go down the outside. I'd like to see her mix it up and try and go round the outside, but certainly she's causing a few problems when she does do that, and it's about finding the right option and the right pass.
And she almost got away there, but the ball just went out of play. Don't think there'll be too much in the way of stoppage time to be added on. Morgan forward. And she was just caught there as the ball was played, and the referee spotting that late challenge and gives Hearts a free kick. That was wasteful to say the least. That's the end of the first half. There's a sizable crowd inside Easter Road, but there hasn't been much for either set of fans to shout about in that first half. Goalless and more or less chanceless. The best opportunity of the game falling midway through the half to Emma Brownlee, when Leah Eddy, on really only the one occasion that she failed to cut out a dangerous ball into the box, and Brownlee was in, but on her weaker left foot wasn't able to hit the target, eventually sending the ball a couple of yards wide of Katie Frain's goal. Otherwise, it's been difficult for either side to create opportunities, with the defences certainly on top. We're hoping for better and certainly some goals in the second half, but at half time at Easter Road, it's Hibernian 0, Hearts 0.
So please welcome back out for the second 45, Hibernian.
both sides back out on the field as we prepare for a second half in the search of goals. Both sides very evenly matched in that first period, as they have been in the league all season. Will they be separated in the second half? Hibs just going through their final warm-up pre-second half. Make sure they are in the best position possible to try and take all 3 points from the fixture. Doesn't look like there are any changes to either side at the break, but you would imagine the longer it goes on with the stalemate, both managers will look to their benches to see if they can find a match winner among them. What do you imagine would have been the respective messages in the changing rooms at half time, Rachel?
I could only really say what I think Grant would probably be saying in there. Being in his half-time team talks a few times, and it'll be a positive message saying that we want to build on that first half and be a bit more positive going forward. I think we need to have a bit more confidence and belief about ourselves. They've scored a lot of goals in recent games and they're not really showing that today, so it's about taking that positivity into the second half. And as for Hearts, I would probably say much and such the same. I think they've nullified Hibs perfectly in that first half, and they'll be looking to capitalise on the mistakes that Hibs are making, so it's about that final pass and that final execution.
Well, we shall see what materialises over the next 45 minutes or so as the visitors prepare to get us back underway at Easter Road. Immediately given away by Grant, and Hibs come forward looking to try and make an early impact in this second period. Livingston looking for our fellow winger Ferguson, picked up by McGregor into Bocom, just finds a bit of space. Can she get the shot away? Well, it's as much attacking intent as Hibs have shown almost throughout the first 45 minutes, and Bocom, with 3 Hearts players around her, just couldn't find the bottom corner, but a good start to the half from Hibernian.
Yeah, that's certainly the positivity I was talking about there. I think it's a great turn by Jory in there. She's unfortunate that the Hearts players have smothered her in the shot at the end, but certainly the start that Hibs will be looking for.
Let's see if they can build on that. That's given away by Girasoli. Now it's Livingston. Bocom in support. Still Livingston. Bocom takes over though. She's got no support out on that left hand side. Has to go back to McGregor. McAloney couldn't squeeze the pass out to Ferguson. Good solid challenge there from McAloney. Grant certainly felt that one, and she stayed down. That's a derby 50-50 for you.
It is, yeah. It's never good when a player goes down and doesn't roll about. That's when you know it's a sore one they've taken. Oh, it looks like it's just her knees buckled a little bit there. But it's a solid 50-50, as you say. Both players are going for the ball, and that's the type of tackles that you want to see in a derby. Obviously, albeit you don't want players to go down injured and feel the bad effects of it.
And she's back on her feet without the need for treatment. Ciara Grant hopefully just be able to run that off. And Hibernian just give the ball back to Hearts. Timms just manages to squeeze the pass for Mickey, and now out to Morgan. Grant will pick that one up ahead of McGregor. She's done well. Ciara Grant pokes it goalwards, and Katie Frayne sprawling away to her left hand side to ensure that one was heading wide. It was an improvised effort from Grant, not a bad one.
Yeah, it's worth the effort. She's certainly driving forward, and she manages to create the space with a little chop there, and obviously not confident in her left foot, but just a wee toe poke forward and could have caused problems there, but thankfully for Katie Frayne, she's seen it go past her post.
So decent efforts at either end at the start of this second period, neither troubling the goalkeepers, but hopefully signs of more to come. See Nick Montgomery taking his place in the main stand here down below us. Lockwood losing out to Powell and then dragging her back, and Hibs get the free kick. Lawson into the feet of McAloney. Ferguson, she was looking for McAloney to make that run, but she hadn't quite anticipated it. Lawson, no, it's not a bad idea. Just overhit though for McAloney.
Yeah, I think certainly in the second half, I think Nikki McAloney seems to be the one that's been pushed a little bit further on and given more freedom to go and join the attack and try and support Jory and Bochum a little bit.
And Bochum sliding in there on Waldy and putting the centre back under pressure, but Hearts keep the ball as Girasoli picks up and fires it up towards Finlay, who can't keep it though. Here's Doran Barr looking to play that in behind Morgan as Ferguson got the pace to beat her to it. Morgan is not interested in the ball, she's just wanting to block Ferguson off, and that's going to be in the end a word in the ear for Ferguson for the ultimate trip on the fullback, and I think it's just going to be a goal kick rather than a free kick, but Morgan using all her experience there, seeing that ball out of play.
Just a bit of a needless shove, but that's always going to happen in a derby, isn't it?
Grant, again just the pass is overcooked. Lawson, it's nicked there by Grant, she slipped and McAloney able to pick up. There's McGregor back into McAloney, and now Powell. Eddie forward for Livingston, that's a really neat turn away from Brownlee. Rosie Livingston, that come off the arm, Powell trying to make something of it. Hibs looking bright at the start of this second half. Here they come once more. Ferguson though can't turn away from Miki, and then she's pulled back by the winger, and that's going to be a yellow card for Abby Ferguson.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that one. It's just sheer frustration. She's obviously tried the tricky feet and it's not came off her. I think Kayla Mickey does really well to read it and wins the ball. And yeah, it's just a needless foul from Abby Ferguson, who's certainly never going to get away with that one.
First yellow card of the game. Waldy's free kick's a poor one, but it does eventually find its way to Timms. via the head of Leishman. Hibs will want to keep this tempo up and the momentum that they've got at the start of this second half. Try and find a goal that could ultimately prove to be the winner, the way things are going. But Hearts have ideas of their own. First change is on its way, and it's going to come up front. It's Kathleen McGovern who's coming on, and it's Finlay who's being replaced. Yeah, that's pretty much a straight swap up front, Rachel, is it?
Yeah, it looks more like for like, doesn't it? I don't think they want to change the way we're playing, they just want a bit of different personnel. Whether Kathleen McGovern gives them a little bit more in terms of link-up play, but very much like for like.
Let's see what impact the 21-year-old can have. 6 goals to her name this season. Hearts top scorer, actually, so certainly a threat. Hadn't been in the squad in the last 3 games, actually, after having come on to score in the 3-3 draw against Montrose. She helps that towards Grant. That will come out to Timms, looking to try and free herself of the shackles of Shannon Leishman. And Leishman just slipped there and allows the pass to come through. Again, Leah Eddy is at that front post area to block the cross. She's had so many important interventions this afternoon, Leah Eddy. Here come Hearts again though. Lockwood. She'll latch onto the second ball. And now Timms forward for Brownlee. It doesn't reach her though. And Hearts just edging their way back into the second half, almost in contrast to what happened in that first period. Having absorbed some early Hibs pressure. Claims for a free kick there, nothing given, but Hearts pick up again through McGovern. That's a really intelligent ball. Brownlee, did she catch that? Well, it's immaterial as Katie Frayne does catch it.
It's a nice little ball through from Kathleen McGovern, the substitute. I think she's been out for the last few weeks with nursing an ankle injury, so to have her back on the pitch and playing little balls like that are certainly going to help Hibs in the attack in third. I think straight away in the second half you can see the intent. Here we go from Rosie Livingston. Yeah,
Livingston in a good position. Ferguson trying to get in on the other wing, but she might not need her. It falls kindly to Bockham to knock in the opening goal of the contest. Parker Smith couldn't deal with the ball in, and Bockham, it fell to her so kindly, and she knocks it into the back of the net for a 9th goal of the season, and Hibernian are in front.
That's the goal that this game was needing. I think it's just one straight ball and Hearts have been caught out. I think Rosie Livingston does really well to drive at the defence, and she cuts in on that right foot, flashes it across the goal, and Parker Smith doesn't hold on to it, and Dorian Bockham doing what every number 9 needs to do and just getting herself in the right position to poke it home for Hibs, and 1-0 they've got the lead.
Well, she's proved pretty deadly for Hibs in front of goal this season, Dorian Bockham, and she couldn't have been better positioned after Parker Smith failed to hold the initial shot from Livingston, and Hibs, just as they did at Tynecastle, have edged their way in front, and now it's up to Hearts to try and produce something of a response, just as they had begun to threaten in the second half. It's Hibs who have their noses in front.
I think credit can go to Grant Scott there. I think a lot of questions would have been asked at the start of this game as to why Ailey Adams probably wasn't playing after scoring a hat-trick, and rightly so. I think as a player you want to be playing, especially when you put on performances like that, but Dorian Bockham there just keeps her head down, does her job, and gets her just rewards.
She's been a terrific signing, you'd have to say, for Hibernian this season.
She has, yeah. I think historically we've struggled from strength and depth in that sort of position. So she's certainly brought a new dimension to the team. She's a very physical player, and once you give her the ball at her feet, it's very difficult to get it back off her.
McGregor, did that come off Grant last? It seemed to do, and the referee agrees. It will be a Hibs corner as they look to build on that advantage they've just asserted. Naomi Powell to deliver the corner kick then from the right hand side for Hibs. Looking for a quick fire second. Plenty of movement inside the penalty area, and it comes. Bokum went for the acrobatic. It didn't come off, and it's going to be another corner. McGregor with the final shot, was it? Anyway, it took a deflection on its way through, and it'll be a Hibs corner again.
Confidence is really high. She's obviously going for the acrobatic there, but it's good pressure from Hibs, especially after going a goal to good. You want to keep that pressure up.
I think it was Lawson actually there with the shot in the end, wasn't it? But it did take a deflection, and the header comes in and it's looped into the net, and Bokum was a second within the space of a matter of minutes. Hibs have doubled their advantage, and the home crowd absolutely delighted. Oh, what a few moments that has been for Jorian Bokum. 2 goals within 3 minutes.
This game just came to life. I think it's great play. She doesn't even need to jump. She just stands her ground and just nods the ball on target and does everything right. And the rewards have came for her, and it's 2 goals to Hibs, and what a start to the second half for them. I think they've caught Hearts sleeping.
And that's her now into double figures in the SWPL this season. Jorian Bokum. And Rosie Livingston is going to depart, and on for the final half an hour is Tegan Bowie, and she can certainly pose a threat down that left hand side. The Hibs now in a commanding position.
If you're a Hearts backline, that's not the substitution you want to see. I think Tegan Bowie's got pace to burn, so that'll certainly be a new dimension for Emma Brownlee to try and deal with over on that side.
Hearts need a goal back, and quickly. Morgan's lost it to McGregor. McAloney picks up. I'm just looking at, looks like Mickey, I don't know if it's just it looks like it's maybe just temporary. I was going to say that she and Morgan have almost swapped positions, but yeah, I think they're going to swap back once perhaps Hearts have possession back. But Bokum now on a hat-trick. Yeah, they're just swapping back now, aren't they? It was just a momentary thing. Lockwood trying to force a way forward. Morgan cuts that out, and it is Mickey picking up.
I think Hearts just need to regain their composure. I think they're looking a little bit shell-shocked, a little bit ragged. Hibs are certainly in control now with the 2 goals to the good, so they need to find their feet again and build their way back into this game, and the sooner they can get a goal back, the sooner they can start to put the pressure on Hibs.
Hibs very much though with the upper hand and looking good and looking confident and looking for a third goal. Doran Barr wants a run into the middle. She tried to pick out Bowie, but back went Brownlee to make the clearance. Here come Hibs again. It's Doran Barr. Hearts can't quite get it clear. McGregor's shot spins into the arms in the end of Parker Smith. Adam Olakun is down and might require treatment, having made the earlier block. But Hibs have got themselves into a really good position, and they'll be furious with themselves if they don't now see this out.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since Hibs have been in this sort of position in this fixture. As you say, last season they never got the better of their rivals, so to be 2 goals to the good, it certainly take a lot for Hearts to get back into the game, but it could be done. Stranger things have happened in football.
Yeah, sure have, certainly in this fixture. A couple of changes about to be made by Hearts. Georgia Hunter is ready to come on, as is Addie Hanley. And Adam Olakin is going to be replaced here, regardless of that injury or otherwise. Hearts need some sort of spark to change the game back in their favour. There's a lot of work to be done before that. Morgan is the other Hearts player to make way.
I'm wondering if that'll be Eva Olid switching to a back 3, bringing on Georgia Hunter. It could be her, Girasoli and Waldy in the back 3, and that'll allow Emma Brownlee on the right hand side and Addie Hanley down the left, just to try and push on a little bit further forward and get more support in the forward areas.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that pans out in the next few moments, but play back underway. 25 minutes to go. Hibs in control just at the moment, certainly. 2 goals up and looking to add to that as McAloney plays in Bowie. Ball comes, looking interested there as she searched for the hat-trick, but Hearts get it away. Lawson. Yeah, it looks like you've called that one correctly, Rachel. It looks very much like a back 3 now for Hearts, with Waldy on the left of it, Girasoli in the middle, and the substitute Georgia Hunter on the right hand side of the 3.
Yeah, it could leave them open down the channel areas, especially with the pace of Tegan Bowie on that left hand side, but that's the risk that Hearts are probably going to have to take now, in the position that they've found themselves.
Also effectively thrown 2 up front with Timms up alongside McGovern now. Katie Lockwood in behind them.
Yeah, that'll just look to put a little bit more pressure on Leah Eddy and Poppy Lawson. They're going man for man at the moment, so it's about who can get the better of each other. Certainly big strong girls.
And certainly if Hearts could get the next goal, it would make it very interesting. But realistically, Katie Frayne has had virtually nothing to do in the game. Here come Hearts though. Grant's ball is headed away, falls to Miki. Hanley gets it in, and McGovern with the header, but didn't get the connection she was looking for. And there's the substitute Hanley again. Brownlee into the feet of Lockwood, tracked all the way by Powell, sticking so close to her. In from Hunter, flicked on by Timms, will come to Handley. That's brilliant defensive cover by McAloney. Good play by Ferguson, dragged to the ground by Waldy, who is going to join Ferguson in the book.
Yeah, it's a really good hold-up play there by Abby Ferguson. She was getting ragdolled by Waldy there, and she's done really well to buy our team a free kick and bring the composure back, because I think Hearts had a little bit of pressure there, and they were causing a little bit of issues having extra body in the box for throwing the balls in there. So certainly calms things down again from a Hibs point of view.
Midway through the second half, and Hibs looking good for the 3 points, but Hearts still feel they can get back into this. But that's a misplaced pass by McGovern, and Hibs will be dangerous on the counter as Hearts commit bodies forward. Ferguson's ball in, doesn't find a teammate in green and white. Macoloni's been excellent actually, particularly in the second half, covering lots of ground as Leishman drives into the Hearts penalty area, eventually stopped in their tracks by Hunter. I know with your Hibs hat on you won't be wanting to tempt fate, but they do look comfortable just at the moment.
They are, yeah. I think they've got a good foundation at the back line, very strong at the back, and I think we just saw there Leah Eddy once again sniffing out the danger, and I think it's notable that it's our 100th appearance for Hibs today, and you can just see that she's just fitted in so well to this club, and she's just all about what the team is, very secure, very steady, and she sets the foundations to allow the team to go and play ahead of her.
Timms has gone down, Hibs play on. Certainly no foul in there, and entitled to do so. Ferguson was just looking for the run there of Powell. Hearts clear the danger, but Tim's still on the deck, and might need some attention here. 20 minutes left for Hearts to find a couple of goals.
I don't know if that's just a dead leg at the back. I'm not entirely sure what's happened there to Georgia Timms.
Yeah, she looks to be in a bit of discomfort certainly as the physio comes on.
Be very different messages down on that touchline now, I think. Grant Scott will be looking for calm and composure, and Eva Allard will be looking for more from her team. She'll be wanting them to get higher up the pitch and get into better areas to cause a lot more problems than they have been so far.
Yeah, they've had a couple of efforts on goal in the game, but both have gone wide from Emma Brownlee in the first half, and then right at the start of the second, Ciara Grant had a toe poke a couple of yards wide, but otherwise Katie Frains had a couple of crosses to deal with as well. But she'll be delighted that she's been a virtual spectator, and that says a lot for the defence in front of her. Well organised, and Leah Eddy in particular were both mentioned throughout the game, and has made some really crucial interventions at times, reading the game superbly. Timms is over on the far side off the pitch, so play can resume. Ferguson, it's going to be a corner, to the touch of the Hearts defender Waldy there, in the view of the assistant referee at least. Hibs scored from their last corner that Powell put in, and Jorian Bochum will no doubt be looking to get on the end of this one as well. Powell's delivery, near post this time. It's Timms that got it away. She's still hobbling slightly from that previous knock, and Doran Barrs won it back, plays it off Grant. It's really just about game management now, isn't it, for Hibernian?
It is, yeah. They need to use all their experience. I think they've got a few players on that park that will certainly lead the way in doing that. But as you say, it's fine margins in this game, and you can see that Jodie and Bochum's probably had two chances and took them, and that's the difference between Hibs and Hearts right now. They've took the chances that have came their way.
Bochum wrestling there with Waldy inside the penalty area. Waldy claiming that she was being fouled. The ball is out of play, but it's a Hibs throw-in. We'll come back to Doran Barr. Steps away from Grant. Room to cross. It might be a tricky one onto the roof of the net. That could have been tricky for Parker Smith to deal with. Hearts need to try and make an impact in this Hibs backline soon. Here's Handley, she'll catch that. Up against Doran Barr here, onto the right foot. It's a dangerous ball. Where's that going to end up? In the back of the net is where it's going to end up. And Hearts do have one back through Lockwood. She could hardly have had a simpler task than to nod that over the line from Bailey, a foot out. And the deflection took it over the keeper and straight onto her forehead. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, it's excellent play there from Addie Handley, the substitute. She's obviously got tricky feet and just gets a half yard, puts the ball into a dangerous area, and Poppy Lawson doesn't really deal with it very well, and Katie Lockwood's alert to the danger and manages to tap it home, and yeah, game on.
It sure is. Katie Lockwood's 6th goal of the season. I don't think she'll have had any simpler ones than that, but she had to be there. And she nods in, and all of a sudden Hearts are right back in this, and that relative comfort we talked about just a few minutes ago for Hibs might well disappear in the closing quarter of an hour. It could turn a lot more edgy. And the second half has certainly been a good deal more entertaining and thrilling than the first period. Here come Hearts again, looking for a quick second. Well, Hibs scored their two within 3 minutes of each other. Hearts looking to do something similar, having to go back the way. It's an unfortunate slip there by Bochum, otherwise she might have intercepted. McAloney able to get it clear. It will be a Hibs throw.
You can see Hearts have got a little bit of confidence and belief about them now. They've got that goal back and they know that they just need to keep pushing and keep probing, and they can cause more problems. Hibs need to be alert, need to be switched on, and need to calm this game down again.
6 goals for the season for Katie Lockwood. And she has given her side a lifeline. It's a yellow card for Doran Barr, I think, for time wasting there. Bochum again using her body well to keep possession, but the little bit of skill doesn't quite take her beyond the Hearts defender. Hibs will come again though. It's Ferguson. Waldy trying to get back at her. No free kick. Nor there. Very much has a derby feel about it in the second half, and not least right now as both sides give it their all to, from Hibs' perspective, try and hold on to the 3 points. From Hearts to try and salvage at least a point.
Yeah, the game certainly sprung into life there, hasn't it? I think all we needed was the goals, and certainly the fans have came alive as well, and it's certainly making for an exciting end to the game.
Sure is. Hibs will feel though if they can get another one, that would surely take it beyond Hearts, but as it is, the 1 goal advantage is going to make for a really interesting closing quarter of an hour or thereabouts. I mentioned that Spartans game where Hearts came from, twice they were 2 goals behind, and in injury time They scored a couple to come from 3-2 to win it 4-3, so they're more than capable. Hibs will look to guard against that kind of scenario. Tim's done well to win that. Grant couldn't bring it under control under severe pressure. And here come Hibs, a 3-on-3. Bowie was the ball over on the left hand side. Ferguson just couldn't lift her head to see the run. She was in acres of space, but it's easy saying that from up the back of the stand with a perfect view of the pitch, Rachel.
Yeah, I think everybody in the ground saw that pass, didn't they, apart from Abby Ferguson. As you say, she's just got her head down, she's not really had a chance to look up, and she's just picked the wrong option.
It's good anticipation again from Eddie in there ahead of Timms. Here's Brownlee for Hearts. Out to Timms on the right hand side. Forward for Brownlee, but again back goes McAloney, who's covered virtually every blade of grass on that Easter Road pitch this afternoon. 10 to play plus stoppage time. The game very much in the balance still. Here's Brownlee, loads of time to measure across. And Frayne with a good take. But Brownlee might feel she should have done better with so much time and space to pick out a teammate. Grant, misplaced pass. Hibs about to make another change here. Maya Christie coming on for Lauren Doran-Barr.
I think that's probably a sensible decision. The fact that Lauren Doran-Barr is on a yellow card and Hearts are going to be piling on the pressure and trying to get down the outsides and get crosses into the box. So, yeah, sensible decision from Grant Scott there.
McAloney picks up. Brownlee in the way, but McAloney manages to get the pass off to Christie, whose first touch wasn't the best. Hearts in a hurry. Mickey. It's a good switch of play. Brownlee. Hunter looking for Lockwood. Powell was there and it works out nicely for her. Hibs just clearing the lines but giving the ball straight back to Hearts, and they perhaps need to show just a little bit more composure in these closing stages to see the game out. Eddie again there first. Here goes McGovern. Lawson across the cover. Waldy's ball in. Eddie first to it again. I think if you were being asked to pick a player of the match, she would have to be in serious contention, wouldn't she? Yeah, certainly. I think she's been outstanding today so far. She's been everywhere and made some vital blocks. But commentator point of view, you have to give it to the game changer, and so far that's Jory and Bokum with the 2 goals. So very true. Yeah, there's a few different options out there. I think Nikki McAloney in the centre midfield, I think she's done a power of work for the Hibs midfield. But yeah, it's tough to call. Parker Smith launches that one forward. Eddie wins it again above Timms. Hearts need to create at least one more chance of sufficient quality to find a leveller. Mickey under serious pressure there, can't keep the ball, and Hibs work it out to Ferguson. Hearts though see off the danger through Waldy. McGovern, it's good play. Lockwood now, who brought the game back to life. She was taken out of play there. That was a poor challenge. And it's certainly going to be a free kick, and I would imagine a yellow card coming also for Poppy Lawson.
Excellent play there by Kathleen McGovern to take it down her chest under pressure and just drop it off to Katie Lockwood, who's in an advancing position. Yeah, it's a wild challenge, which the referee rightly so has brought it back. But certainly Hearts are looking a lot more positive now. They've got more bodies forward in attacking areas.
And that's going to have to be taken again. Ciara Grant overly eager as the referee was still scribbling Poppy Lawson's name in his notebook. Hearts looking for an equaliser, and it comes away by Lawson. Hibs on the counter. Can they kill Hearts off once and for all? It's all about the pass here, and it's the wrong one again, or at least it's not executed well enough.
Tegan Bowie must be absolutely furious with that. I think that's twice now she's been powering down that left hand side and nobody's gave her the ball.
Up it goes to Bochum, who could yet be the match winner. 5 minutes to play and already taking it into the corner flag. Comes to Christie. It's a back from Powell. McGregor doing enough to take it into the path of Bochum. Looking to get the better of Waldy. She's done really well and won her side a corner off the head of Girasoli.
Tremendous work there by Dorian Bochum. I think she used her body so well. It's so difficult as a player to get it off her when she's got the ball in those sort of positions. She's got the tricky feet, but she also just rolls the player really, really well and gets her body across and wins her team a corner in the dying stages.
I wonder if she might be about to be replaced, because Ailey Adams is ready on the touchline. McAloney is certainly going to be taken off. Ellis Notley is coming on. And it looks like Ferguson's the other player trooping off down at the goal line. So on come Adams and Notley for the final few moments to try and help Hibs see out, or perhaps add to their advantage. Powell's corner, it's a deep one, away by Brownlee, then Lockwood gets a head to, and it should be gathered, and it is gathered by Parker Smith as Hearts look to get the ball moving upfield quickly. McGovern works out well for Grant. Brownlee will have to scamper after that. She's done well to keep that in, really well actually. Lockwood now picks up. Back with Brownlee. Lockwood's just onside. It's a good looking ball. Timms can't get there. Hearts applying the pressure as they look for a leveller. It's Handley who created the first Hearts goal, but Timms heads off target as Handley almost provides a second assist. But Timms couldn't keep the header on target, and it's still 2-1 with two minutes plus stoppage time to play.
It's almost backs to the wall sort of stuff for Hibs, isn't it? I think Hearts have got a lot of bodies in that box, and good quality in the air as well, so if they can get the deliveries right, you know for a fact that the players are going to get on the end of them.
5,365 inside Easter Road today. Watching Katie Frayne pick up a yellow card here right now for a bit more delaying tactics. Comes off the face of Bolcom. That's a sore one on a cold day. Referee just checking she's okay, but sure the pain will be lessened by the thought of the 3 points that, as things stand, are coming her way thanks to her 2 goals. But Hearts still have time. Not on passes like that though. Into the final minute of the 90. It's good for McGregor, just what Hibs need at the moment. Bolcom will chase that down. Girasoli had a few yards advantage and Bolcom's made them up. Terrific play again from Bolcom. I'd have thought now would be the time to go to the corner flag, as it breaks the way of Tegan Bowie. She's got other ideas as well, driving in and off the crossbar. Well, it was audacious. If she was going for goal, might well have just been a cross that almost got lucky. Either way, within inches of putting the game to bed. I think she meant that.
I don't know if it's part frustration at the fact she's not got the ball earlier in the half. She's just lashing it across the goal and yeah, seen it coming ricochet off the crossbar, but certainly it's a nervy last few minutes from a Hibs point of view. Hearts will be looking to get the ball moving as quickly as we can.
You know, from a Hibs point of view, they have the ball just where they want it, deep in Hearts territory, as we enter the first minute of stoppage time. Bolcom Handley involved there, has been thrown to the ground. Should do that in training as well. You experienced? Oh, you've not been in training.
I don't know, I'm in the gym.
So. Forward come Hearts in search of a dramatic late equaliser. It's McGovern trying to get turned, just wouldn't sit for her to get the shot away. Meekie picks up. Now Grant tries her luck from distance, but it's a poor effort really, overly ambitious, and no threat whatsoever to Katie Frayne in the Hibs goal.
Yeah, it's the last thing Hearts need, is just to take the pressure off of the Hibs back line. I think you want to keep the ball moving, work a better chance and put the ball into a better area. It's disappointing from Ciara Grant because she's normally very tidy on the ball and always usually picks the right option more often than not.
Can't be long now for Hibs to see this game out and keep a hold of that Capital Cup that they won in September. Hunter for Brownlee and Grant. It's cut out though. Has to go long now from Hearts. Anywhere will do for the home side as they look to see out this victory. That's not the final whistle, it's a stoppage because Katie Frayne is down injured. And she's going to need attention here. Wonder if it was when her last clearance she's just pulled something.
Yeah, she has been struggling with injury over the last few weeks, in and out of the physio room a couple of times, so hopefully it's nothing that's going to keep her out of the rest of the game and games in the future, but certainly worrying.
Just trying to check back and see how many substitutions Hibs have made. I think they've made 4, haven't they? But at 3 different intervals, so I don't think they'll be able to replace her.
No, she's just going to have to get on with it. See the game
Soldier
out, body on the line.
Well, there can't be long left, certainly, but nonetheless, Hearts need to just try and get one shot on target and see if it does the trick. Forward it comes. Lockwood comes off Christie. 4 minutes of injury time played. Hibs need to keep Hearts at bay, but it's a chance here for Grant. She goes for goal and drags the shot. Oh, that was the chance surely for Ciara Grant and Hearts, and she's passed it up.
It was tremendous skill to set herself up. She's just flicked it away from McGregor, and you're just expecting her to hit the target from there, and she's just dragged her shot wide, which is bitterly disappointing for Hearts, and hopefully that's enough to let Hibs see the game out.
Katie Frayne able to take the goal kick, so she can't be too bad. But that was a big opportunity for Ciara Grant. Can she create one more? It's Timms out to Hanley. The Hibs fans want the full-time whistle. That's a good ball header. Header comes in, a brilliant save from Katie Frayne. It's tremendous goalkeeping in the end from Frayne to keep that from crossing the goal line.
And that is why you want to keep her on the pitch. Katie Frayne comes up with big moments like that. I think, was it Carly Girasoli gets a great header on it. She just needs to put it anywhere else, and she's hit it straight at Katie Frayne, who stands up strong, and I think she's rescued the 3 points for Hibs here.
I think ultimately the free kick was given for the secondary challenge by Girasoli. And there is the final whistle, almost the most dramatic of endings, but in the end it's Hibernian who ultimately hold on for the 3 points, having looked good at the start of the second half and opening up a 2-goal advantage. 2 goals coming from their striker Jorian Bocom within the space of 3 minutes. First of all, tapping in as Rosie Livingston's shot was too hot for Charlotte Parker-Smith to handle, and there was Bocom to open the scoring. And then on the hour mark, getting on the end of Naomi Powell's corner from the right hand side to head past the keeper and into the back of the net. At that stage, Hibs looked good value for the 3 points, but with 15 minutes left on the clock, Hearts came right back into it. Substitute Addie Handley's cross wasn't cut out sufficiently by Poppy Lawson, and it fell kindly for Katie Lockwood to head in and make it a real match for the closing 15 minutes plus stoppage time. And just in the dying moments, Ciara Grant had a huge opportunity to level things, but dragged her shot wide. And then in the final seconds, the header coming in from Girasoli after another fabulous cross from Handley. But Katie Frayne, who had been injured just moments before that, equal to it, reacting with terrific reflexes to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And ultimately it's Hibs who retain the bragging rights, retain the Capital Cup, and most importantly of all, you'd have to say, move 3 points above their city rivals in the table, back up to 4th place as Sunshine and Leith rings round Easter Road Stadium. It's delight for the home fans, delight for the home players and Grant Scott. Ultimately, Rachel, does that go down as a deserved victory for Hibernian?
I think over the course of the game it probably does. I think Hearts certainly looked a lot better when they went to 3 at the back. Unfortunately, it took them to go 2 goals down until they started playing. I think Eva Ola will be disappointed in that. But they certainly created enough chances to probably get a draw on the grand scheme of things. you probably wouldn't be too disappointed either way if it was a draw. But certainly from a Hibs point of view, and I've got my Hibs hat on here, that I'm absolutely delighted for the girls. I think they've put in a power of work, and for them to retain the cup and get the 3 points, most importantly, it takes a monkey off the back, because last season was very disappointing in terms of the head-to-heads with Hearts. So to come and so far this season beat them twice, away and at home, it certainly does a lot for the confidence in that group.
Well, you mentioned Leah Eddy's 100th appearance. She's just been presented with a shirt with the number 100 on the back of it. A fabulous performance from her at the back. A fabulous performance from a number of Hibernian players to help them see out the victory. And now they are going to be presented once more with the Capital Cup. It's Leah Eddy, the Hibs captain, who lifts it at Easter Road this afternoon. The Edinburgh Derby has finished. Hibernian 2, Hearts 1.